Hey, what's going on? Welcome to a new episode of the Darius Foroux Show. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about how you can set yourself free from the money trap. All right. So the money trap, it is something that is very real. And a lot of us are held captive by the fear of money. And specifically, a lot of us are captive by the fear of losing money. So my main goal in life is to be free. And I want to live my life the way that I want to. And I want to spend my time with people that I want to spend my time with. And I want to do what I want. And I think to me that is the true definition of freedom. Now, I know that a lot of people have the same goal, right? A lot of people think that you can achieve that if you are financially free. So, what a lot of my friends and a lot of people I know do is save money or work very hard so they can someday retire and be free. Now, I don't think that is a good strategy at all because someday might never come. Or you might simply die before that day comes. So, how can we speed that kind of mindset up of how can we achieve that goal of freedom faster? Now, I have a few thoughts on this, and I wrote an article about it as well, and I'll link it below in the description. And I share 4 things that I gave up. But on this episode, I want to specifically focus on money because money is, I think, the thing that holds us down way more than a lot of other things. So there are a lot of responsibilities that we have towards to our work or family members or friends or co-workers or our relationship, and we feel that we have all these kinds of obligations that are holding us down, and we feel that we can't live the life that we want. Those things are also very real, but money is, I think, the number one thing that a lot of people think about that they need so they can be free. Now, is that really the case? Do you need money to be free? The answer is yes and no. Of course, you need some money to be free, but you don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be extremely wealthy to be free. Nor do you have to be a cheapskate to be free as well. Because if you Google personal finance and how to accumulate wealth, what you will see is 2 very extreme ideas. So there's one group that basically says, go all in, make as much money as you can, become a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, and money is really important. That's the only thing there is, right? There's some good ideas there that you can use to accumulate wealth. Specifically, what I like is the whole abundance thinking about that kind of strategy, which I really like because I don't think life is a zero-sum game. And then on the other side, we have a group of people who say, save all of your money, right? Save as much as you can. Live very frugally, right? Don't spend money. Don't invest in risky things, right? Be very careful with your money and just don't do a lot of work, right? Just retire early. To me, those ideas are very far away from each other. They have some similarities. Now, I personally don't identify myself a lot with those get rich people. And I also don't really identify with the be frugal people, right? I personally believe in 2 things, 2 specific things that you can do to set yourself free from the money trap. Number one is very obvious, is to save some of your money, at least 10%. You can go up as much as 50%. Now, you don't have to save all your money. You can still enjoy your life, I believe, because life is meant to be enjoyed. We should be happy and we should be free, right? That's the whole goal here. But sometimes people forget the goal, right? They say, okay, I want to be free. Or they go out and save as much as they can, right? They do their job and they come home and that's it. Or they take on so much work and they get burnt out and the other people get bored, right? So there's no balance at all. It's extreme living. I don't like that. Now, my saving strategy is I save as much as I can, right? And I still enjoy my life. If I like something, I'll buy it. But I always make sure that I have a buffer. I have at least 1 year of expenses to live on, right? That's how much I save, right? So I calculate how much I spend at least on food and fixed costs and gas and that kind of stuff that's necessary. Um, some people even argue with that. Is a car necessary? Well, to me it is. So to you, for everybody it's different, right? Depends on where you live, how you live. But for yourself, look at how much you have to spend every single month to be um, happy in your life, right? And be very honest with yourself. You don't have to buy new clothes or new watch or new fancy things every single month, right? Keep it low. Keep it also. Just be realistic, right? Be realistic in your desires and your wants, all those things. Be very honest with yourself. I think honesty is very important here. Calculate it and save at least 6 months. I prefer a year because that gives me ultimate freedom, because in a year there's enough time to figure things out in case things go wrong. So that's the first step, right? Save at least 6 months, preferably a year, money that you can fall back on in case you don't get income anymore. And that brings us to step number 2, is acquire income generating skills. And I think this is one of the most important things that I've done in my career, is that there are certain income generating skills in the marketplace. Now, you can think of sales, persuasion, copywriting, graphic design, accounting, programming, coding. Depends on the marketplace. Depends on your location. But there's some of skills that are always wanted. Now, what those specific skills are, there's not an endless list, right? Like the things that I mentioned right now, maybe a few other things that you can think of, but it's finite. There are a few skills that are proven to be valuable. Leadership is also another skill that's valuable. So what you want to do is spend almost all your time, specifically, especially in the beginning of your career, or it doesn't matter if you're changing yourself, reinventing yourself, focus on acquiring valuable skills, because that will give you freedom. So now, if I look at my own career, right, in my own life, now I have enough saved to live years off it, right? That gives me the freedom to do what I want. I'm not afraid to lose money. And if I do lose money, I have my skills to fall back on. So let's say even if I'm out of work and I don't generate income for 6 months, I'm confident based on history, right? Ever since I had jobs ever since I was 17 years old, right? Now I'm 32. I've always had a job, even when I was getting my degrees and when I was going to graduate school. I always had jobs, and then later on started my own business. And you acquire skills and you prove and you have a track record of providing value. What that means is the history obviously will not be a good predictor, in a sense of it will not predict the future per se, right? It's not a guarantee. However, you can use history as a guideline. If you were able to make money in the past, there's a big probability you will keep making money in the future. And especially if you kept on growing every single year, if you keep that up, the same strategy that you used to achieve those results, you will keep doing that in the future. Now, obviously, none of this is a guarantee, right? But that's life. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Well, there are a few things in life that are guaranteed. We all know what those things are. But that's not the point here. The point here is be free. Don't worry about money. Don't let money control your life, because to me, there is no difference between rich people who are always thinking about accumulating more money and always they're obsessed with money, and poor people who are also obsessed with money because they don't have enough of it, right? To me, there's no difference, because either way, you are obsessed with money. And I don't think that's the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to enjoy our life, have fun, make ourselves useful, create value, help others, move forward, keep progressing, and do something that is useful. And ultimately, that will also make us happy again. So it's like a cycle. And as you keep on going through that cycle, you will find out that you will keep growing. And as you keep growing, you'll keep learning more, keep investing more, and accumulate more. And ultimately, you'll find yourself being rich as well. Not always, but it happens to a lot of people who choose this path. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Send me an email if you have any questions, any thoughts on this, because I think this is a sensitive topic to some people, because they say, oh, well, I've tried this in the past, it didn't work. What I want to say to that is, if you tried things in the past that did not work, what that means is you need to adjust. And I've tried a lot of things in the past as well that did not work. But I did not keep doing those things because they did not work. Now, only thing that we have to realize that sometimes we give up too early, because that can be the case as well. If something does not work within a year, it doesn't mean it's a bad move. So for example, if you start learning a skill, it can take years to get good at it. And then in those years that you are acquiring it and learning it and improving, you don't see any results. So be, like we talked about earlier, be very honest, have self-awareness, look at your life, and if you tried certain things and they did not work out, adjust, but also don't be impatient. I think that's also really important, because ultimately the reward is freedom. The reward is freedom, and think about it. It's a great way to live your life. And I look at my time as an investment. Everything that I do, I want to have some return out of it in terms of skills acquired, things learned, lessons learned, energy given. Because some people you spend time with and you get energy, and some people you spend time with and they drain your energy. So look at yourself as an investor, because those lessons really improve our life. But ultimately, don't give too much value to money. It's all about value creation, improving yourselves, and money, just like happiness, is a side product. So thanks for checking out this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful, and let me know your thoughts. I read all the comments and emails that I get, and if you haven't subscribed to the show already, feel free to do so. And until next time, like always, take care. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to check out some of my other videos. And also, don't forget to sign up to my newsletter to get 2 free ebooks in your inbox.